I know what you're thinking, and you're right. This is the t-shirt I was wearing in the last video. So, we're gonna talk about Rainbow Six Extraction. I have a lot of things to say, but I gotta start off with a question. Have you ever played a really tone-deaf game? More than that. More than that. At a time where gamers seem to be infatuated with details and authenticity, immersion and realism, it is insane to me that Battlefield 2042 is the way it is, or that Vanguard is the way it is. But if there's anything that boils my blood, it's Ubisoft taking the Tom Clancy name and wiping their ass with it. Look, I'm sorry, I'd love to make a super objective review where I go over every single thing about Rainbow Six Extraction, but I don't have anything like that for you here. I have a couple gameplay complaints and a couple gameplay praises actually, but I have to get the big part of this video off my chest first. That way if you click off early, you don't miss what you're here for. I am okay with a Rainbow Six Siege standalone spin-off that costs its own price tag. I really don't mind that idea. I don't know why they're pushing for an alien game mode though. That doesn't make any sense to me at all. Killing ugly E.T. Chitauri looking things doesn't interest me when it comes to the Rainbow Six brand. Like Breakpoint started out as a live service looter shooter with Terminator being in there, and then it got better with updates. Okay, but apparently the next Ghost Recon game is a battle royale. X-Defiant is apparently still a thing. And now Rainbow Six Siege's expansion, spin-off, whatever you want to call it, standalone game is about shooting aliens. Did I miss a paragraph in Revelation because I feel like I'm in the end times? Huh, never mind. It does mention garbage video game releases. Prophecies aside, it almost feels like a really deliberate effort to take the name Tom Clancy and make it mean literally anything. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to wait till people my age are dead and in the ground before we let people forget that this is not what Tom Clancy's all about. It's just so weird that Ubisoft is having this much trouble reading the room. Like, everybody was really excited when you changed Breakpoint from what it started out as, because what it started out as was live service, filler content, looter shooter garbage. Once you made it more realistic and immersive, once you provided players with more, again, immersive things, everybody's opinion perked up. And what really kills Rainbow Six Extraction for me is when you look at it next to a game that's very popular right now, and many of you know what I'm about to say, Ready or Not. For some reason I keep seeing Ready or Not lumped in with games like League of Legends and CSGO. The game's kind of new, and further separating it, it actually looks good. I kinda wish I owned it. Asking for me, does Ready or Not run well on a 1070? Gamers seem infatuated these days with detail, immersion, realism, and authenticity. And then Rainbow Six goes and does an alien game. Like finally a single player / co-op Rainbow Six experience. And it's about shooting aliens, why? What's also bad is they went for a very flat look. It really does just look like you're playing a Rainbow Six Siege map, which, okay, that looks pretty good graphically, you know, tech-wise, but art-wise, it's failing. I don't get horror vibes from this, I don't get immersive vibes from this, nothing about this engages me. And the levels themselves are just boring and linear, and I don't find them interesting. Yeah, it's cool you can bust holes in walls, but that's what I would expect when you're using the same engine that Siege uses. I think the entire Call of Duty Vanguard package is more engaging and immersive than this. If I have to play a boring, objective-based horde mode, I'd almost rather play Vanguard Zombies. At least I'm leveling up my weapons and more of my friends can play along. Yet Rainbow Six Extraction only allows for 3-player co-op. Why? Like every time that's brought up, somebody will say, oh well, you know, 4 players would imbalance it, and it's like, yeah, but that's up to the developers. If Ubisoft wanted to make a 5-player co-op game, they could have done it. And you just can't. Like Siege is a 5-player game, meaning if there's a group of 5 friends that do full party ups in Siege, and this comes out, 2 of them are gonna be left out. It's not even an even split. So if there's a group of 5 friends that wanna play this game at the same time, they would split up into a team of 3 and a team of 2. They can't all play together. Now, maybe down the line there is like higher player counts for different areas, and that would be cool to find out, but from what I've looked up, it's only 3. If you wanted to do atmospheric, methodical, horror alien vibes, then go for that aesthetic and tone. Don't go for your esports certified high visibility flat art style that Siege is good at. Like, I want Siege multiplayer to look like this, but Extraction shouldn't. It just bothers me that I'm not saving hostages or responding to bomb threats or rescuing diplomats. It bothers me that I'm fighting aliens and saving random cocooned people. But now let's get into some gameplay things. Let's say you want to level up an operator, okay? No big deal, just go ahead and pick your favorite. If you die in the level, you're unable to play as that operator for a while unless you go and extract them. So essentially, if you die in a level, you can come back to that level as a different operator and save the operator you lost. Okay, kinda cool. If you don't do that in time, the operator is considered dead or has to be extracted by somebody else, and you lose some XP from that operator. You basically de-level if you die and then don't extract your old dead self. Okay, that's kind of a fun punishment for dying, but then there's another annoying punishment. If you fall below 50 health, you cannot play as the same operator in the next level. So if Lion falls below half health when you're playing, you can't pick him again the next game. And you might think we'll just use a health pack, but yeah, tried that, it doesn't work. The health packs don't count towards this. It's initial damage that's counted. Now there might be things later in the game to subvert this problem, but I find it to be irritating. If I want to play as Lion and main him, main Lion, I'm funny. But if I want to main him, I have to make sure he doesn't fall below 50 health, which means I have to play more methodically, more carefully. I have to essentially tiptoe around on eggshells, and I can't run around and maximize XP gains. I just have to not take damage. Which sucks because these areas are so basic, the atmosphere isn't there, the tone isn't there, so I just kind of want to run around and level up. I just want to shoot aliens, get XP, and progress in the game. And I'm punished for doing that too recklessly by not being able to play as the same operator next time. Okay, punish me for dying? That makes sense. Punish me for taking damage initially? Like, I get if I extracted with half health, but even if I heal, it doesn't matter because I took the damage initially. Again, there might be workarounds for this, but I don't want to find them. I barely want to play this game to begin with. This is just another little nail in the coffin. Now, as a co-op game, it does have merit. There is fun to be had here. Do not get me wrong, do not mishear me. If you have some buddies that are into Rainbow Six Siege and you want to play with them, but you don't want to play multiplayer, this is a cool ass option, especially if you're on Xbox. I don't know if it's on Game Pass for PC, but it's definitely on Game Pass for Xbox, and you can just load this up. There is some fun and some goofy moments to be had. It is something to keep your fingers busy. It's sort of the same way I compartmentalized Vanguard Zombies. Not high art, not a masterclass, but, you know, something to do. But I will say, Vanguard Zombies nails its tone and aesthetic more than Extraction. I get genuine horror vibes from Vanguard Zombies. I get I want to go to bed vibes from Extraction, and that sucks. Now, Extraction could add more characters, new gimmicks, better areas, more realism modes. Hell, Extraction might even add some, human on human stuff where you fight off terrorists and you do that whole thing. But again, I don't even think that should be a part of the same application. Look, as far as I'm concerned, and I can't be convinced otherwise because it's my damn preference and I'm gonna keep it, if this would have been, again, about counter-terrorism and you're saving politicians, stopping bomb threats, and saving hostages, that would be cool. Rainbow Six stuff. That would be awesome. And what really sucks here is that all of the mechanics in Siege are very, very in-depth and clever in the multiplayer setting. Like, playing against real people in a good match of Siege, whether it's casual or ranked, when you have two teams that want to win, Siege is a very engaging and exciting and rewarding experience. I don't much care for it anymore, but you take those mechanics and you put them in a linear, basic, boring PvE arena, and I don't want to play it. Rainbow Six Extraction could have been Ubisoft's Ready or Not, but instead, it's like Call of Duty Ghost Extinction mode. It's on the level of Back 4 Blood or Vanguard Zombies, just an objective-based horde mode where you get bored, and that's why I think it's tone deaf. It's the wrong franchise to do this in. If this was a Division expansion, I think it would have been really cool, as Division is, well, its own thing. If this was just a silly side mode in Siege, it would have been its own thing, but this is its own standalone product, and I don't think anybody can argue that this is what people want from the Rainbow Six franchise. So, thank you for coming to my ramble. I'll see you when I see you. Goodbye.